Hey,
Hello.
we're on the TV.
We're on the TV.
Ooh. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Shawn and Lacey live. I want to shout out Hazel.
Oh, Hazel, I hope you're on.
Yeah, I hope Hazel's on. Hazel still thinks it's Money Mondays.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It's Winning Wednesdays.
I hope that Hazel got some milkshakes. I just saw Hazel on another call that I was on, and she had a little break. Hopefully, just enough time to get a milkshake.
and come back on.
And then come back on. What is up, everybody? Great to see you guys once again. Super great and grateful to be here. So excited.
Just so you know, Nikki did say she's eating it now. So
Yes.
she has her milkshake and she's enjoying Shawn and Lacey live.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
All right. So with all the sound effects going on,
let's welcome in our
producer. Who do you think is producing? No, I like to know who they think's on production.
Oh man, I already put myself out there.
You just give it away.
What's up, everybody?
Right. Yeah, Otto says shout out to Dexter, but major shout out to James, the master producer, the OG producer, the one and only.
Right on.
James Lewis.
I thought it was funny. Was it last week when you had people guess who they thought it was, and I had some people shouting me out, so I appreciate that. But now I'm back. I'm here. I'm in the booth.
But now, James, hearing you on this transmission reminds me of the idea. I have an idea for None of Your Business podcast. So I want to make sure that we've got to, don't forget, write that down so that on the post show, I've got to connect with you on that.
All right.
Okay. Got it. Cool.
James Sub-Zero Lewis, because he's so cool.
I appreciate
awesome.
that.
All right. As cool as Hazel's ice cream.
Heck yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and
today's episode's being sponsored by Cram Nutrition. Get you some Cram. CramNutrition.com. Be sure to use code BDC20 with your order. We still got that up. I don't know how much longer we're going to be giving you that exclusive discount. CramNutrition.com. We're going to be going through a rebrand here pretty soon. Also, too, by the way, for all of you who are on this live, we'll cast a wider net. We're in the midst of a capital raise. So if any of you would like to know more, reach out to me and get you some information, get you an updated deck. What a great group of investors behind this concept.
What a great product.
And a great, phenomenal product. Yeah. So cramnutrition.com, use discount code BDC20. Stock up, friends. This might be your last chance to get a discount on some Cram.
Yep.
The organic PB&J. Mm-hmm. Good for you. Tastes good. You know you want some Cram Nutrition.
You do. You want some.
Oh, I saw it says Jane Gennaro. I thought it was Jay. I wonder if Jay likes Cram.
We have a really important announcement.
Go.
A very, very important announcement. Today's a very special day. Do you know why today's a special day? It's the day before your birthday. So special shout out to our wonderful, amazing host and my husband. It's Shawn's birthday tomorrow, everybody. So wish him a happy birthday.
I wish we were giving away $2,000 today because there'd be more than 8 people here for my birthday.
There's 35.
Oh. Hey, tonight we're giving away $300. You know what that means? We're going to fire up the digital canasta, and we're going to ask that digital canasta for 3 names. If the digital canasta spits out your name right there on that white spot, if your name pops up, you've got 30 seconds to announce yourself. You just say, I'm here. So you might want to test out the chat, right? Like jump in the chat, see, is it working? Can you see your own chat? And then you're going to say, I'm here, and we're going to send you $300. So it's all up to that digital canasta, making sure that your name is in there, and we're getting 3 names drawn. Now, if nobody wins tonight, then we just add we add $100 and we go to $400, and we'll ask the digital canasta for 4 names next week.
The canasta's only gotten up to like a lovingly like $500 or $600, and then it's gone back down. We've never gotten near like 1,000. So I want to make a run. I want to make a run for 1,000, although we haven't had it very long. And it seems that every time Bailey is on, he draws a winner. So for all of you watching, you definitely want to be on when Bailey produces. But here's a fun thing. You never know when that's going to be. So
Never know.
never know. All right, what else we got? What other announcements? Marketing Matters. It's coming up November 2nd and 3rd. We have 2 amazing guest speakers for you. And what I love about the 2 of them, I was just on the phone with Stephen Lovegrove, and I was like, I'm so excited for you to meet David Meltzer, because I think that they perceive the world in a very similar way, right? The way that they see things, how they function, how they can offer perspective shifts. So I think that this, even though we're talking about marketing, I think that they're going to be able to offer things in from a viewpoint that you may not have been able to see before. You're going to have a lot of breakthroughs through limiting beliefs around your business, your brand, and how to market. So I think it's going to be one of our most amazing events yet.
Well, they're both brilliant marketers, right? Just look at them on social media. It wasn't that long ago that David Meltzer was just sort of launching his personal brand. And it wasn't that long ago when Stephen Lovegrove decided that he was America's life coach.
Yep.
Right. And so 2 amazing case studies of marketing, and we're bringing them together to share with you their experience and how they've built their brands to what it is today. Neither one of these gentlemen come cheap. And so when you want to learn how you can charge a premium for your services and receive full value for what you're worth based off what you're contributing to the world, there's no better place to be than the JW Marriott in Miami, Florida, November 2nd and 3rd for the Marketing Matters Workshop.
Woo-hoo. What do we got next, James? We have our free group. This has been great.
Yeah, if you're not in our free group, what are you waiting for? Get in there right now. That's what it's called. Free group for service-based entrepreneurs. Type that in, open up another window on Facebook. We're not going to hit you up on the digital canasta quite yet. I will tell you this, if you leave YouTube and you come back, make sure that you fast forward your YouTube transmission to live. You don't want to be watching us on delay, because then you won't find out when we draw your name. But the free group for service-based entrepreneurs is where it's at as far as our free content is concerned. We've been dropping some freebies every single week. We're going to also be launching a challenge coming up, a Book Yourself Solid challenge. We have all kinds of great information there. It's just getting started. So run on over to free group for service-based entrepreneurs. We would love to have you there as well.
Absolutely. What else we got, James?
Oh, the experiential mastermind.
Why does it have a theme song?
I don't know. Coming up at SoFi Stadium, October 28th and 29th. Let's see, who do we have coming out? So you've got me and you and David Meltzer. We do a lot of stuff together. We've also got Major, Grammy award-winning record producer, does a lot of work with
Sheena and Brock.
With Justin Bieber. Sheena Marie and Brock Davies, they're going to be in the house. We have Clinton Sparks, record producer, and also Clinton doing a lot of work in the video game industry. We've got a very interesting project coming out very, very, very soon. And we also have Rob Riggle, funny man. Yeah. Rob Riggle will be jumping in, and who knows who else. We've got a couple other people that we're just waiting for confirmation. You can be there October 28th and 29th. Just reach out to Jane at blackdiamondclub.com. Let her know tickets about your interests. We can get you in. We're going to be having a very intimate mastermind on Saturday. We're going to be having a VIP dinner on Saturday evening, and we're going to be having Sunday night football on Sunday. The full SoFi experience in our on-field suite, right on the field for the Chargers versus Bears. You'll probably be on TV, so wear something cute.
All right, what we got next, James? The Shank Dilly Cup.
We went a little bit out of turn there, but if you're coming to Marketing Matters, come one day early and play some golf with me and my closest friends. Turnberry Isle Country Club, my closest friends, that includes you. We would love to have you participate in the Shank Dilly Cup. It's a blast. It's an opportunity to one, network and meet people, an opportunity for us to share. You can ask questions, network, and play some awesome golf. I'm planning on
So
throwing up an
here's
amazing
the
round
real
that
question.
day.
Do you think I could play this course?
Absolutely not.
Well, that was a hard pass. All right. What else we got, James? Elevate your game with Coach Brian Hall. I
Well,
love this show.
we had a little bit of a break this week because I was a little under the weather. And then today we took a break on Lead to Win because, I don't know, there was like a Joe Biden phone hack or something. Because I was under the weather, I was completely out of it. I didn't know what was going on, but something happened with the phones apparently, and I didn't want it to happen during the show. But next Tuesday, we're definitely coming back with Pastor Brian Hall. We're going to be talking about spirituality and entrepreneurship. Love to see you there. It's live on Instagram at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Just a little reminder, just pop in. You never know. The way the universe lines things up, we might be dropping the very thing you need to hear at the very moment you need to hear it. And then also we have Lead to Win, our show with Major Ed Pulido, talking about all things leadership. Yes, all post leadership. They are about me or Major Ed, but I don't think you'd want to pick on a Purple Heart award winner. So join us live on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on Lead to Win. Yes, we actually will be talking about real leadership, not made up social media post leadership, but actual leadership. Lead to Win with Major Ed Pulido. Man, Major Ed is quite an inspiration. Like, you hear a story. I haven't gotten him to fully unravel the whole story.
You will over time.
But yes, well, I've heard it, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I don't, but it, like, to share with people, like, holy smokes, what a great story that is, because they were late. But then, like, his appreciation for everybody's training and everything that happened. Love Major Ed, man.
So, what can entrepreneurs learn from the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce saga? What would we actually call it? It's not an event. It's a lot of events. It's a saga. It's a storyline. It's a...
I get yelled at like all day long by people, either directly or
Not
indirectly.
me, y'all.
Not you. No.
I don't yell at him. Just
So
we're
Travis
clear.
Kelce wanted to invest in one of our companies, one of our brands, and the deal didn't go through. And I personally didn't think that we needed Travis Kelce on board.
Right. I remember
And I was told today how much of an idiot I am. Like, ha ha ha, you're an absolute fool. You're an idiot. I still don't think that we needed Travis Kelce on board, but I gotta say, like, I mean, all the spotlight is on him, right? And so, absolutely. Here's one of the things I think is important. I think there's two things that I want to break down. Number one, we call this marketing by association, right? Super important. I think that a lot of people don't fully understand nor take advantage of this. Now, I don't know if they're in a real relationship. It's none of my business. A lot of people are like, it's for the shot. Like, who cares? Aaron Rodgers thinks it's for the shot. But it doesn't matter. It's the association of two prominent and influential figures. Now, you might not be. So first of all, look, Travis Kelce's was not that prominent and influential in comparison to Taylor Swift, right? So in side-by-side comparisons, they were not in the same ballpark measuring influence nor net worth. I mean, most metrics, right? Fame, etc. But coupling these two, it really amplified that power that influence has. And that's maybe a sad indictment on society. Maybe they just love each other, right? Like, so, I mean, could you do a show that was like, well, that's why Shawn and Lacey are together, because they don't care about each other. They're just coupling some parts of influence, which I'm sure that'll probably come out in some dope social media post at some point, but that's not what we are doing.
Right.
That may not be what they're doing. So I'm not at all saying, but I think what we could learn is we're watching, right, this heightening of both of their influence. Taylor getting exposure into a whole other demographic and audience, which benefits her. And Travis, of course, getting exposure. And then both of their ability to monetize that exposure and influence through endorsements, commercials, selling of their own stuff, his jersey sales that I think it was 500% increase, right? All of these things that happen the monetization of that relationship. And again, I'm not talking about the romantic relationship. So I think one of the first thing that you can learn is there are other people in your community, right? Whether that's your local community, your colleague community, that by being associated with, you can amplify each other's influence, which ultimately can be monetized, right? And so, again, not saying that's the reason why you would or should do it, but it is one thing that we can learn. And I think that far too often, we are simply in this race to see if we can build our own brand and influence without realizing that we can win by partnering, collaborating, coupling with someone else that also has a separate set of or sphere of influence than my own.
Yeah, I love that point. It also makes me think, though, too, because you were saying that combined, it elevates their influence together, but they also both had influence separately, right? And so I really think that this is a lesson in target market and understanding how different the perspectives and paradigms can be of the individuals that you're going after. Like, there is a lot of memes and a lot of TikToks and reels floating around, like, where women are like, hey babe, did you see like this Travis Kelce guy? He's so popular now. He's like getting all this clout because of Taylor Swift. Like, man, she really made his career. Although they're joking about that, that has been a conversation in many households because the
And vice
perspective
versa. I've seen the
and vice
meme that says
versa.
Travis Kelce made that country singer
Yeah,
get all
so
these.
popular, right?
Also want to
So
shout
like,
out Theopolis. Speaking of this, right? Theopolis does a great job. Fresh Laundry. You look at him there in the chat.
right.
Follow him. He is a young man to follow who also really understands this. Like, he has a lot of very influential, famous people. I saw him recently being shouted out by Spike Lee. So when you get shouted out by Spike Lee, of course, that's useful for your personal brand, right? And again, for him to not leverage that, for him to just like
Totally.
receive it in darkness, no, you then turn around, which he did, and you share like, hey, look, it's Spike Lee recognizing me for my work.
But again, it's good for your personal brand if the clientele that you're trying to elevate your brand in front of knows who Spike Lee is.
Yeah.
Because people didn't know who Spike Lee was, then they would be like, this
Then
is
you might as well just say Sean
some
Dill.
dude. Yeah, right. Oh, Sean Dill, look at him shouting me out, But that's what I'm saying.
I did shout out Theo.
You did.
Theo, you could take this clip and share it around the world.
But I think it's super important because, like, we're seeing this everywhere about how isolated individuals truly can be. That's why you can have a market to message mismatch. So when Shawn's talking about like marketing by association or getting endorsements or like figuring out how to elevate your brand by leveraging the influence of other individuals, man, you have to kind of hit the mark though in a smaller community.
Well, yeah, if you're doing it with that intention.
Yes, absolutely.
It's all about that. We talk about NILs. We've talked about that a ton. Right, in the NIL world, it's about that, right? Finding the people that have the influence, and also too, it's important that, it's easy to fall into the trap of Taylor Swift, probably the single most hottest and recognizable commodity right now, right, in the world. You don't need to play necessarily on that level. It could just be within my niche. Who is the most recognizable name, the most influential person, right? And it's seeing how I might collaborate, partner with, show up in the same circles as, right?
Yep.
So
I have a question. I have a question for everybody listening right now, and then I want you to answer. And I already have my thoughts on this. Okay. Who do you think in this scenario is like the better business person? Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce?
Oh,
from
Taylor
a brand.
Swift.
Okay.
Taylor
okay.
Swift.
Well, I wanted everybody to
Hands
answer
down.
first.
Oh,
before I said
you said
that.
that you were asking me.
Then I wanted you to answer. I wanted the audience to answer, but that's fine. You can have a different opinion than Shawn. Okay, so Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is brilliant, and like Megan, our assistant, she is one of the biggest Swifties that exists. She knows everything about Taylor. I have learned so much, and a lot of the mastermind, the business mastermind behind Taylor is actually her father. Like, he's the one that has a lot of these ideas, and he is absolutely brilliant, but she's brilliant in the way she's created her following, created culture, created raving fans. But yeah, I think that she's pretty brilliant and she's done a good job. But you think Taylor hands down?
Taylor, hands down. I think it's very intentional. I don't think that there's much that that is going on in that world that's not calculated and thought out. Which is actually going to be my second point. My second point that we can learn from. And I only had two. One is marketing by association.
Yep.
Also, want to let everybody know that we practice this, right? And it doesn't mean, again, don't rush to social media. It doesn't mean that everything that we do is fake or all of our relationships are fake. I also would say, with your question, when you said that, who do I think is a better business person? Would I have made a bigger push if it were Taylor Swift versus Travis Kelce trying to come into one of the businesses that yes, I would have pushed people out of the way to get Taylor Swift in on that deal. That would have been a better fit.
Here's what I would say. I mean, absolutely, Taylor Swift is brilliant. I mean, look at what she's done. She's won more Grammys than anybody else, and has breaking all these records. But you have to admit, Travis Kelce is absolutely brilliant. He was almost his own PR agent by the stunt he pulled around trying to give her his friendship bracelet. He essentially broke into her culture, broke into her community, won the hearts of her fans by literally doing that. You think that he put that on social media without intention behind it, by accident?
Definitely had intention.
Because that's a brilliant business.
Could have totally backfired, though.
It could have, but it was a pretty ballsy
big risk.
But everything could backfire.
Sure, but not her, right? She's mitigated all the risk. She can't lose at this point. She could dump him tomorrow. And no, I don't know. Could she dump him? Are they even together? Is he even dumpable? That's why it's all very interesting. And again, I at this point would actually view this more as business. I think there's a lot that we can learn from business.
Everybody's making money off this.
It's just everybody's
Swift,
benefiting.
the NFL, Travis Kelce. What's the Kelce brother name? What's his brother's name?
The one that his mom. So Travis's mom went to. He plays for the Eagles.
What's Travis Kelce's brother's name?
So Travis's mom went to
Jason Kelce.
Jason Kelce. I couldn't remember.
But their mom went to the Chiefs. Went to the Chiefs game with Taylor Swift, and went to the Eagles game with Jake from State Farm. They have the picture.
Look at that.
She was literally with Jake from State Farm.
She is also brilliant too. She's a good.
Everybody involved in this has got to play their role.
Smart.
Which is important, right? Of course, that's super important. Everybody has a role to play, and like you said, the mothers, the fathers, everybody's on board with this. But to that point, I've had multiple conversations. One of them right here during this live. We are the same thing, going to an event where I've prepped everybody. It's going to cause a minor circus because of who we will be with.
Right.
But I've also, in that prep, said, one, Lacey, wear a cute outfit. Two, be prepared for what that will do for your own personal brand, because you will get a push, right? So that second part of it. So that's why I say that, because part number two is, and this is why I'm going to pick Taylor as the better business person. Taylor does not need to go to Kansas City or New York to watch Travis Kelce play football.
Sure.
Even if they are in relationship, she doesn't have to go. She can watch on TV, on her private jet, 30,000 feet in the air. The reason why she goes is not to be with Travis, because you don't
continue to push her brand while she's not touring.
Because she knows that she will dominate the television.
Yeah.
That they will actually play. So this is what's important.
That's what Aaron said. There was more on social media about Taylor being at the game than the actual football game.
But there's probably, if we just ran, I'm not aware of this. This may exist out there, but if we ran just airtime, it was probably more Taylor Swift television time than, say, Travis Kelce screen time, on the screen, because they keep cutting back to Taylor. In fact, I don't know if you sent me that, where Michael Chandler was talking about that, and they were having this conversation back and forth with him about the amount of airtime. That's what makes it work. So this is important, the business lesson, because if I am going to leverage marketing by association, but we do not get any proof,
right?
Social media, television. If this is just a coffee meeting, then this is a relationship, which nothing wrong with that. But if I'm doing this to be on television, if I know, and Taylor Swift knows, if I go to this game, I will be on television. So again, that's what I just said.
Mhm.
So was Taylor made up? What about the people that were around her? Was that on purpose? There were other stars in that box at MetLife Stadium. All of this
That's what Chandler was saying. He's like, and nobody ever even mentioned Ryan Reynolds. There he is, standing there, this huge star worth billions, and nobody's talking about him.
Yeah, because he's not in relationship, right? In marketing by relationship. He's not in marketing relationship with anybody in the storyline.
Yeah.
If he's in the picture, right? And which is still good, right? Because obviously people are seeing this and they're like, there's Ryan Reynolds, holy smokes. And that is also marketing by association, because then you're like, well, how does Ryan know Taylor? Obviously they're in the same box. Is he a friend of Taylor? Is he a friend of
Blake Lively?
Blake Lively was there. Who I think that's clear. She's a friend of Taylor's, right? Patrick Mahomes' wife.
Brittany Mahomes.
Brittany was sitting next to Taylor. Maybe Ryan comes with
Nobody
Brittany.
cares about Brittany anymore. She has to do something crazy.
Well, that was something that
get
hurt.
back on the news,
This whole thing kind of hurt Brittany, right, a little bit, but it helped
Brittany
her.
hurts Brittany.
Brittany hurts Brittany. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. What you can learn here then is it's only valuable if you're going to get the airtime.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure, and I think this is the part that, look, it might be slightly calculated, because this keeps being done in an effort to showcase when other times are like the players' wives or girlfriends featured so much
right
at a game, that's abnormal. Now, also, frankly, if Travis goes to a Taylor Swift concert, I don't think he gets Jumbotron screen time as much as she does, right? So you can kind of even weigh that balance. I don't think the Taylor Swift fans at a concert are that interested
in Patrick Mahomes or
in Brittany or Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce
and whoever.
sitting there.
They're interested in watching the show,
Yeah.
right? And so I think that's also something that we can learn as well.
Yeah, super smart on her end, right? It really does perpetuate her brand for sure. All right.
Oh, the real victim, Brittany Mahomes.
I know, I just saw that. Poor Brittany. What do you got to say on that, James?
Well, I think you guys are on point. I was thinking with this topic that you guys could talk about marketing by association, relationship capital. I thought it was pretty crazy that Kelce himself is one of the faces of the league. So for people who don't really know who he is one of the faces of the league alongside Patrick Mahomes. They're on the same team. But he had several commercials already. But then now, I don't know if it was that game or maybe it was the game the next night, but they played like a Travis Kelce commercial and then like a Taylor Swift commercial that was probably run like years ago, like pretty darn close after each other. So it's like now the advertisers are in on it. So it's just a way to, pick up on the attention, which you guys kind of talked about.
Yeah, I mean, also like who we didn't talk about as being great entrepreneurs and businesses is the NFL. Like the NFL is the one actually leveraging this relationship the most. Who do you think's putting Taylor on there for screen time, right? Isn't that them? Isn't that their decision? There's got to be somebody at the top that's like, give her more screen time because we're going to get more viewership and we're going to make more money, right? And then what are they going to do next? They're going to charge more for commercials because Taylor's showing up at these games and they're going to make more money. And like, so the whole thing's a money game, but like we're talking about Taylor being a great business person and like Travis Kelce being great, but the NFL was like, Taylor's here, we're capitalizing on it, right? Like they didn't skip a beat. So
well, it didn't take long for our daughter to ask us about those Chargers Chiefs
tickets. Yeah, you get those Chargers Chiefs tickets.
I didn't even put it together. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, if the Chiefs are playing in SoFi, Taylor's definitely going. I was like,
oh man. So anyway, yeah. So, but that's also a lesson too, is you don't always have to be the person. Marketing by association doesn't mean I'm marketing by association with you.
No.
You could be the third wheel and be able to figure out how to utilize that.
Well, there's lots of third wheels. There's the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 18th wheel, because there's Pfizer,
the people that are running the commercials.
Benefiting. Every single one of these entities that are running commercials, leveraging the influence that they produced. And listen, they may have even had some part in brokering this, supposed relationship, alleged relationship. It may be real, it may not be, but it's producing its desired effect.
Hey, I mean, I think we're doing a good job. James came up with this great topic to leverage what's going on with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. So also as entrepreneurs, we can look at these things and say, how can I talk about something that is buzzing right now that everybody else is talking about? So like you said, that's 18, 19, 20 relationships down the road, right? Yeah.
For sure. I think soon we'll see Lacey in a Chiefs jersey with the
At SoFi?
I don't know about SoFi.
He's just going to be a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, for
Never.
sure.
I could never get rid of the Niners. I know.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
McCaffrey fan right now, so that's okay.
McCaffrey is that dude right now, so I could see that.
Dude, he's breaking records. As many he's had a touchdown for what was it, 18 games or something crazy.
But listen, that's another great example. Him and Olivia.
Well, yeah, but she's not as popular as Taylor Swift.
Not as popular, but still, same thing. They're both of their brands got a nice push, and then they, if Olivia's at most of his games, if not all of them, she's not getting on TV.
No, true.
She should. Yeah. But that just shows you, right? Like that's why don't they put her on
She's
TV?
a great businesswoman. I know.
I was thinking about that on the production side. I was like, man, the guy who is like the camera operators, like they usually have one like on the coaches at all times, but like there's some guy or gal they've got the camera on Taylor Swift in that booth the entire game.
100%.
The entire game.
in the booth, there is a camera that is dedicated to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Which is right. How bizarre is that? But that shows you it wasn't like, at an event and they're like catching a celebrity in the crowd. Like this camera is fixed. It's a fixed camera and it's on Taylor Swift while she's I can't imagine is now she can't, spill her drink because it's going to become a meme, right? Or like that's got to suck. But yeah, that's very intentional. And it is, you can tell it is a camera that is dedicated to Taylor Swift. Cut to camera 6 or cut to Swiftie, whatever. Like they just, you just have that set on her.
Yeah. Well, we can guarantee tonight that Taylor Swift's name and Travis Kelce's name are not in the canasta tonight. But
that would be fun though. We should have put it in there for funsies and see if Taylor Swift got drawn. Seems to win at everything. So
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
James
I want to throw in 3
James Taylor Swift.
I'm gonna throw in 3 random people. One of them can be Taylor Swift, and we'll put in 2 other names just to see if they ever pop up. All right, we're drawing 3 names, folks. Get yourselves ready. Be sure you're quick on the draw. Here comes the first name. You're gonna have 30 seconds to announce yourself.
30 seconds to announce yourself. Oh, the Powerball. Did you get me?
Jeff Weisberg. Jeff
Weisberg.
Where you at, Jeff?
I used to when the Powerball would get to be like $1 billion.
It's 1.2 billion right now. How did you not get me to get tickets?
Because I actually watched this piece of social media content that said that
Jeff
it was
Weisberg.
the wrong message to send to the universe about abundance and money. That I actually had, even if it was a small glimpse, expectation that I should receive that for nothing.
But I'm not expecting that I received that for nothing. I'm expecting that I took action on being able to facilitate a mechanism for the universe to pay me back all that I have sown. Take your small little self down into your little fancy car and go down to the gas station and buy you some Powerball. What time did they draw it? Midnight or something? Somebody buy me a Powerball ticket. All right, one, Jeff Weisberg, no show. Sorry, Jeff. No go. Remember, we have all of the BDC, Black Diamond Club members, and Book Yourself Solid Network members in. If you want to get your name into the Digital Canasta, all you got to do is join either one of those, blackdiamondclub.com or bookyourselfsolid.com. And that's how you can jump in. Your name could be called by the Digital Canasta. How come you can't buy lottery tickets in Alabama? Because they don't believe in that. They believe in hard work. Make your own money. Sweet home Alabama. All right. Well. All right. Okay. Name number 2.
Here we go. Rick Dubedat. Dubedat.
Doobadat. Doobadat. Doobadat.
Rick.
Doobadat.
Rick.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
with Dubado.
Slick Rick. Huh?
Slick Rick.
I'm gonna go Dubado.
Doobado?
Dubado?
Doobad. No.
Cat Fraser saw
Write
the
it?
name.
Doobie Dooba. Oh yeah,
Oh.
Doobie Doo.
Doobie Dooba.
That's totally a real name. It is. Rick Doobie Doo, you won. Dun,
Oh,
dun,
no
dun.
Rick.
Right, Rick. Slick Rick. Didn't win. I know.
Last name.
Last name.
name.
All right, folks.
Dexter wants a
Gotta be
winner.
good.
Kind of a slow
Not
night
funky.
here over at Shawn and Lacey Live.
That's okay. We want to kick it up a notch to $400.
Or at least draw a name that everybody knows, but
How
they're
to
not
say?
here. But they're not here, so we can be like,
Oh.
ah.
Yeah, okay. What do we got?
There we go. We got.
What?
Oh!
Brian, are you still on?
That would be
Is he
crazy.
still
He's not
on?
He's on every week.
He's on every week, but he might go
He
home
was-
early.
He was
guys-
on there earlier.
Whoa,
Let's
Coach
go.
Brian Hall.
This-
Whoa!
Oh, there he is. Oh, he won it. Oh,
Wow.
Coach Brian
He
Hall.
gets like shout outs the entire show. All right, Coach Brian Hall,
This is the Brian Hall
$300.
Show. Brian Hall, you are the winner. Chicken dinner, $300 being sent. Brian, I believe, is in Naples hanging out.
Yeah.
So that $300 will come in handy down at Seed the Table.
You should go to
Roll
see the
down to
table,
see the
Brian,
table.
if you haven't already.
You find Alfie, you hand him that $300, and you say, "You make sure my family eats right tonight, and you'll be fine."
You'll be fine. I love it.
Or you could roll down to sales and hand
one.
Valco your $300, and then say, "Hopefully that will take care of
Brian's been to see
one of
the-
my kids." And then tell me how much I owe for the rest of the 8 of us.
Brian's been to seated table twice already. He knows. I love it. Got himself a Trump shirt.
Got himself a
That's
Trump
funny.
shirt.
All right, everybody. Well, that was a good topic. Next week, we'll be starting back at $300 with the digital canasta.
And we'll be back in Indianapolis.
Yep.
Next week. Hey, just forgot to tell you too. If you're in Pennsylvania, we're both off to the Poconos this weekend to speak at the Pennsylvania Chiropractic Association event. We will be speaking on Sunday, but we'll be there Saturday. It's at the Kokorori something. Great place, by the way. Just meet us there. We would love to meet you. Scott Garber, great friend. We haven't seen him in a while. Can't wait to be sharing a stage with him. He's going to be speaking on the platform. Then the following week we'll be in Indianapolis. If you need us, come see it. Come find us in Indianapolis. Then the following week we're going to be back here in Naples. But then I am off that weekend to the Prairie State Chiropractic Association. That's the Illinois folks. Getting a lot of messages from people saying, "Holy smokes,
I know. I wish I could
they're letting
go.
you
I'm gonna
speak
be...
in Illinois." Yeah.
Shocker.
So you guys got to roll up for that. I'm speaking on Friday and Saturday at that event. And Saturday, boom, get done on a plane, heading to Toronto. The the Alliance for Chiropractic. Did I get that right?
Association, I think. Well, no, it's not ACA.
No, the Alliance for Chiropractic. 25th anniversary. Jenna
yes.
Davis, her amazing community, going to be just flying in, getting in,
Any
boom,
Canadian
speaking.
chiropractors, you have to register.
Yes.
It's a
This is
killer
a rare,
event.
something got into me where like I accepted all these invitations. I normally just say no to all of them. And there was this little period of time that I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so we're getting on the road and speaking at all these places. Catch
We're off
us.
to Mexico, New York.
Doing
We're on
Mexico,
a speaking tour.
we're going all over speaking. So catch us at one of these places. It's not often you get to hear us speak at an event that's not our own. And we would love to see you because it's also a lot easier when it's not our own event because we can hang out with you.
It's totally
when we
different
get
type of
done,
stuff.
we can do fun things with you. So come see us. Find out where we're going to be speaking. We would love to see you and hang out with you in person. Thank you so much for joining us every week here virtually, but in person's way better, I promise. See you guys next week here on Shawn and Lacey Live.